Hello, everyone, and happy Easter weekend. I'm AJ, and I am so pumped for what's about to happen. Before we get started, though, there's a few things that you need to know. Number one, we've pre-recorded this video, so you could pause it at the prompts and play the games right then instead of having to rewind later on. Number two, Easter Jam is for everybody in your family. So if you're a teenager, this is for you. You too, college students. And if you're a younger kid, well, get ready. We're about to have some serious fun, and we need you to lead the way. Adults, you go ahead and buckle up too. This is celebrating Easter like you've never done it before. No matter who you are, we want you to know that Easter Jam is for you as well. The only way that you can't have fun here is to not participate. So look around. Is anybody missing? If so, hit that pause button and go get them right now. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Okay, hear me out. There are only two kinds of people in the world. People who love these things and people like me. I mean, I just don't get it. How do you eat something this cute and grainy? Well, let's see how your family feels. Show me a thumbs up if you love to eat these things. Thumbs down if you don't. Okay, all right. It seems like there are a lot of different responses out there. No matter how you feel about eating Peeps, you're going to love this game. Your family is going to face off in the greatest Peeps jousting competition of all time. I'm going to explain how it works, and then I'll tell you when to start. First, you need to divide the room into 2 teams. Next, take 2 Peeps and assign them to a team. If you don't have any Peeps, don't worry, those big marshmallows you use for s'mores will work just as well. So Team A gets Peep A, and Team B gets Peep B. You can come up with cooler names if you want to, Lord Sugarcoats or Sprinkles, you get the idea. You can also use a marker or a Sharpie to decorate your Peeps to give them some personality. So draw a mustache on it, give them some mean eyebrows, or even a fancy outfit, but you get the point. Next, you need to prepare your Peeps for battle. So you stick a toothpick in each Peep to prepare them for battle, just like this. Think of this toothpick as a joust, a lightsaber, or a sword. Make sure that the toothpick is facing forward and toward the other Peep. Place the 2 combatants, I'll grab my other one over here, place the 2 combatants on a microwavable plate, and there's no social distancing necessary for this game, all right? You want the Peeps to be as close together as possible and facing one another. Finally, it's time for the big event. Gather around, put the plate in the microwave, and set the timer to 45 seconds. Now, you will not let it run that long. In fact, don't let it run that long. Then, press start. Watch at a safe distance until the Peeps drop their toothpick sabers and one touches the other. The toothpick that touches the other Peep first wins. As soon as this happens, you're going to want to stop the microwave. Now, trust me on this one. You will want to stop the microwave. All right, it's time to settle this thing. Don't forget to snap a pic of that photo finish. It's go time. Press pause now, and I'll wait here until the battle is complete. All right, how did it go? Who won? Okay, good. I want pictures. Post them with the hashtag this happened in the church microwave. All right, you ready for another game? For this one, you need a laundry basket and socks. Lots of socks. Clean or dirty, it doesn't really matter as long as they have a match. If you need to, which you probably do, you probably don't have socks in your living room, go grab those things now. Press pause, and then I'll explain the rest. Got your basket and socks? Great. Now choose 2 people to play. You're also going to need 2 people to be scorekeepers. To get started, dump all of the socks on one side of the room. And don't worry, those socks are going to make their way back to the basket real soon. Then, place the basket on the other side of the room. When I say go, players will grab a sock, go through the pile to find the matching one, roll the socks together in the shape of a ball or like an Easter egg like this, and then toss them like this across the room and into the laundry or Easter basket. The player with the most sock eggs in the basket at the end of the timer wins. If you don't have scorekeepers to help you count, you'll have to keep up with the number on your own. That means everybody's on the honor system, all right? Parents, I'm looking at you. All right. If needed, press pause now to get everything and everyone in position for the game. I'll wait here. Everybody ready? Great. We're putting a 1-minute timer on the clock. This Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, families, you can clean up that sock war zone later. So come back over here right now and tell me, who won? Okay, that was wild. Whoever won gets socks. Just kidding. Those who won get a social distancing high five. All right, I hope you're having fun so far. And we're celebrating because tomorrow is Easter. If you don't know the whole story of Easter, that's okay. Today, we're going to talk about what makes tomorrow, maybe more than any other day, a happy day. I know you have a lot of family and friends who would love to hear from you on Easter, but this whole social distancing thing kind of makes it hard. However, you do have a few options. You pause this video and pick one of the challenges on the screen to wish your peeps a happy Easter tomorrow. Even though we'll be celebrating a little differently than we have before, that's okay. Easter is still happy. And that's not just because of peep wars or Easter baskets or chocolate bunnies, although those things are awesome. It's still happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, and yet it's so simple that it can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and his disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with his friends, he told them that he would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow. I hear that story every Easter, and it always amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. The simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. So I like to think about it this way. I can because Jesus is alive. I can love because Jesus is alive. I can grow because Jesus is alive. I can serve because Jesus is alive. And I can go because Jesus is alive. So here's an idea. Take a few minutes and add to this list of things you can do because Jesus is alive. Answer this question as a family. How would you fill in the blank? I can blank because Jesus is alive. Pause this video while you discuss. When you're finished, meet me back here. Awesome. Man, I love conversations like these because remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust him with what's going on in my life right now. I hope that's true for you too. And I hope you spend the rest of the day making happy memories with your family. To get you started, here's one last challenge. For this one, you're going to need to decide who is the technology genius at your house. Maybe it's a step-parent, an aunt, or an 8th grader. Either way, decide who that person is right now. You got it? Awesome. Today or tomorrow, I want you to go outside and take a family Easter photo. Might be better today because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. You can be dressed up or in your PJs. It can be totally normal with your smiling faces, or be silly with one of those filters or the one that turns your face into a bunny rabbit. No matter how you do it, take a family photo and make it awesome. Then share it to social media. Remember to use the hashtag EasterJam2020 so we can see your family's Easter style. Maybe now more than ever, this is a time to celebrate and remember God's faithfulness and the hope he gives us in Jesus. After all, that's what makes Easter so happy.
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face, I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. Oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious way. You have saved me, and oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious name. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same.
Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection on the cross truly does make it a happy day for us. We are so thankful that you are hanging out with us today. In fact, we can't get enough of you. We want you to come back to Harmony's live stream tomorrow on Easter so we can chat with you live. So visit our website at harmonyofavon.com and click on live stream to watch. Or you can also check out the live stream on Facebook. Remember, with all that's going on in our world today, you may not feel like the word happy describes it, but Jesus' sacrifice for us is what makes us happy. If you've never accepted Jesus' sacrifice on the cross, then I encourage you to make today your happy day when Jesus washes your sins away. If that's a decision that you make today or that you need help making, then feel free to reach out to anyone at Harmony, and we'd be glad to answer any questions you may have and celebrate with you. With that, we sign off and say, Happy Easter.